Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a few more weeks than I intended, and you might have noticed I'm wearing my glasses. Yes, I typically do wear glasses, and the reason really that I just needed to do this to come back with the way I usually look is I'm about to publish an essay this afternoon on that topic, and the fact that I used to be bullied as a child for having red hair and, specky four eyes is something people get called in the UK, or certainly did when I was growing up. And that really probably affected me more than I gave myself credit for. And it's taken me till now. And I'm not really sure why, because I'm genuinely pretty confident and happy, have been for, at least 10 years, probably a bit longer than that, maybe 10, 15 years, growing into my own skin, feeling confident in my own abilities and not really caring too much about what other people think about the way I look. I suppose part of that might be because I'm secure in a relationship, but I don't think so. I genuinely think that now I'm not looking for it's not even a partner. I'm not dressing for anybody else. I'm not feeling like I have to put makeup on for a particular social situation or reason. So, and there's a great freedom in that. It's not just the fact that you can leave the house a lot quicker, which is fantastic. It brings that confidence. So I wanted to sort of muse on that theme, and how that is also something that's going on, I suppose, in terms of my actual voice. So I'm laying myself bare in terms of my face and the vulnerability of the process that I'm going through. It is scary. I am scared that I've got quite a thick skin in some ways. I do like to people please, and the thought of getting, scary comments, that used to be, as a girl gamer, it was dangerous to admit your sex, and you would either get hit on or you would get accused of being frigid, and there were horrid words said, people talk about raping, etc. It was a horrid thing, and I think there are probably still parts of the internet that are very much like that, sadly. But obviously there's an awful lot that's moved on, and it's great that certainly I grew up, born in 1975. I grew up in the 70s, 80s, became an adult in the 90s. And the end of the 90s, I had a baby. And, even in the 90s, it was still that hangover of things were very sexual. There was an awful lot of overt sexism. People were inappropriate in the workplace, and I'm not necessarily talking about serious, sexual infractions, but just being flirty and touching each other inappropriately. It wasn't a great environment, and you felt like you kind of had to go along with it, to not be to not be seen in a negative way. And again, I love seeing these new generations, particularly my daughter's generation, Gen Z. They are so switched on, they're so confident, that the environment is a lot better for them now. And yeah, that they can come into their own power, the power that it's taken me this long, 40 plus years to get to, in terms of confidence of my voice. They can get there much quicker, which is fantastic. But yes, bare face, feeling vulnerable in terms of where I'm at and where I'm going, and is this a good idea to do publicly? And also actually my voice, I really proud of myself that I gave up vaping about 5 months ago now. Prior to that, which I did for a few years, I was a smoker for most of my life, and obviously awful thing to do. It was really unhealthy. My breath was horrid. I never used to have asthma. I developed asthma as an adult. My dad passed away from COPD last year, and that was a real wake-up call. It was horrendous. So yeah, I've been motivated to do it, and it's taken me, a really serious, horrible thing happening to give me that real proper kick up the arse. But I feel so much healthier. It's brilliant to be free. And it's that mindset shift there as well. You're not giving up something. You are freeing yourself from a horrid addiction. So yeah, there's so many things that are sort of coinciding, and going through that sort of husky feeling like I've got something stuck in my throat, and that's starting to release. So my actual voice is getting better and stronger. in terms of the literal, but the metaphorical. I've been on an online training course this last month called Rite of Passage, and oh my goodness me, what an amazing cohort of people. Very inspiring, very high energy, great people to connect with. There's a great community around it as well. Learning loads. Every time that I've sort of had one of these lessons, there's sort of two main ones in the evening each week, and then there's this sort of idea of releasing a draft of an essay and then getting that edited, peer review as well, and then publishing once a week. Now my sort of weekly schedule is a little bit out of sync, and due to some real life stuff last week, I got behind. But it's really making me think. It's making me consider that editing process where you're trying to be clear, you're trying to get out a message and nugget because you think it will help people. And that's my worry. My fear is in any of this, whether it's written or spoken here, I don't want to come across as preachy. I don't want to come across as somebody that's got it all figured out. I guess what I am trying to do is to connect with people who might resonate, particularly if you're a Gen X woman. I was born in 1975. I'm from the Isle of Man, but the UK, or I suppose Europe more broadly, they're my people, I think. I'm speaking to you and I hope you find me. I need to learn better ways to get in front of you. But yeah, I want to find a way to build a community where we're helping each other, we're lifting each other up. And there's so many people I think are getting to that same stage that I'm at, where what am I going to do with the second half of my career? How can I be more purposeful, more powerful? Any doubts that I have, how do I knock them down? How do I build up my own confidence? And that's what I want to do for everybody that I come across. I'd love to find a way to make that as smooth a process as possible, and as cost-effective process as possible, obviously with this awful cost of living that's been going on for most of us. So yeah, still seeking Ikigai. I have been putting some concrete steps in place in terms of going through this learning exercise. So yeah, there's probably going to be a couple more weeks of that training side of things, but I do want to come back to doing videos a little bit more often too. But I think I probably need to go through a similar exercise in terms of video, because you need to edit, you need to be punchier. I'm just doing this on my phone at the moment. I'm not proposing to spend loads of money, but I could certainly break this up and edit it, which is something I can do, but it takes me ages and it's not something I've got time to do at the moment. But maybe there's better ways. Maybe I should be writing a script first, practicing. I'm conscious this is already 8 minutes. So yeah, I'm here. I'm still excited about this, but I just need to start getting content out there. The algorithms are not going to pick it up if I post one video once every 3 months or something ridiculous. So yeah, again, today, not stressing about what I'm saying, how I look. It's only coincidentally that I'm wearing the same dress because it's about a month later. I do have more than one dress, honestly. So thank you guys. I hope you've watched this. I hope anything that I've said might have resonated. I'm going on a journey. I'd love it if you came along too. Let's build a community. Let's find ways to help each other. Take care. Bye.